Welcome back to the channel. I'm Modi J, and this is the Rev on USA. Now, I never heard of this show, but it's a new show and it was recommended to me, so why not jump into it together? But before we get into that, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel and want to be a part of this, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Oh yeah, hit that like button. It's just that easy. Just subscribe, like, or if you already subscribed, like, let's just keep it moving. But this show takes place in New York's Queens, actually, you know what I'm saying? Only been in New York once. But the Rev is him and his family. He has a church choir that he's taken over. And, let's jump into it. This is episode 1 of the Rev. Let's start the episode off. How else are we going to start it off? We got to meet the cast. First, we got Mr. Reverend Hartley himself. Now, Rev Hartley, he said he's been traveling the world for 30 years. He goes around, he gets choirs together. He's making sure everybody's singing. They may sound like, "Oh, baby." He gonna come and straighten that all out. He gonna straighten up your posture. He gonna teach you how to sing. He's gonna make you do what you need to do to go to the next level. Now, also with this, he says his legacy isn't just with the singing. It's actually in the church that his mother started in Queens, New York. So he's the reverend of that. And his job is to, try to push that church to the next level. Who's next? The Rev's wife. Now, they've been knowing each other since she was 15 years old, and she's the first lady of the church. So it really nothing else needs to be said. Whatever the queen wants, the king is going to make sure he provides it for, his wife. And they've been together ever since. They have 2 kids. Let's go meet the kids. We get to meet the daughter now, Judea. Now, she's academic focused. She got degrees and stuff. Within the church, she's in charge of the prayer and worship. Now, she's at the house, and the dad's like, you know what? I need you to get up, about the house. You got degrees and stuff. Go on out there. Live life. But, whenever you have a successful father or something, kids seem to stick around a little longer than what you want them to. Then we got the son, Mr. Jordan. Now, Rev said Jordan is a full-time stay-at-home son. Jordan is the drummer of the church, and pretty much that's it. Jordan does what Jordan does. You know what I'm saying? I play the drums, I chill, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta sing or nothing. I'm just chilling, man. I play the drum. That's his passion. That's all we got on Jordan. Now, one thing I can say about this family is they're super close. The Rev, he's always having comebacks for whatever the kids say. He got something to come back for every single thing. They say something, he's like, okay, he's going to have a comeback for them, and they can't deal with it. At the table, he's talking to them like, y'all told me at the age of 18, y'all were going to move out. The daughter, she's going to say, well, that's before we knew how hard it was out there. The dad was like, nah, that's before y'all knew how expensive it was. Now, a lot of kids, they don't understand what the parents go through when they, taking care of kids, especially when you got 2 kids. Man, it's a lot of money that parents got to spend. But hey, man, let the kids stay at the house, Dad. Now that we met the family, let's get on with the show. Now, Rev, he came back, and his main objective while being at his mother's church is, 1, to carry on the legacy that his mother started, but to also make his choir world class and take him to another level. Now, he's going to definitely push him. When you've been around 30 years and you've been successful as he has, then of course, he's definitely going to push him to another level. It's going to put him out of their comfort zone, but sometimes you got to do that if you want to try to get the best out of somebody. Of course, all of this is recorded while C19 is going on, but the whole family, they headed to the church. Got drummer boy in the back, you know what I'm saying? You got Rev up front. Now, his wife, Stacy, she made him a mask, but this mask doesn't look anywhere like safe. It's got all kinds of holes in it. It ain't blocking none of the C19 at all. C19 is like, oh yeah, it's time to eat right here, you know what I'm saying? But they headed to the church. What we got ahead of us is going to be a tough day, I'm going to tell you that. We get to meet Miss Dottie. Now, Dottie, she's in charge of the choir. She's the choir president. But Rev says she also thinks she's the Rev, but she's definitely not. She's like, I'm glad, Rev. I'm glad you're back. And Rev is, why is that? She said no one's, no one's paying attention. No one's taking any orders. So the Rev is like, that's because I run this. But when Rev gets here, we have the whole choir here. Now, it's been a while since they've been singing, and we know they're probably not that good. So he asked them to sing, and right when they start off, it's, it doesn't sound good at all. So Rev stops that immediately. Like, nah, this ain't it. What the heck is that? You know what I'm saying? One thing that Rev says is, they're not great singers, but they have great hearts. And one thing about having a great heart is can't nobody hear that. No one's coming to hear, oh, they got a great heart. We want to hear them sing. So Rev stops the music Let's go through them individually. Who's off key like that? Let me hear something. Okay, that ain't that bad. Let me hear. Uh-huh. I knew it was you over there. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, young man, come here. Let me hear you. Dora. We got a lot of work to do here, man. So I don't know. Maybe they faking it. That's what it seems like, man. No one sounds like they're gonna be singing that bad. So this seems like this stage, like, hey, we're gonna come in here, y'all gonna sing bad. Later on, we're gonna come back, we're gonna sing it right. Before we even talk about the scene, let's just get a glance of it. Rev making a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? Got the watches on the counter, red bottle, Louis Vuittons on the ground. The whole room is a dressing room for him. He talking about, I didn't put on some weight. That's C22, you know what I'm saying? Big, suit ain't buckling. But Jediah's in there with him, and she's talking to her father, like, since I'm in charge of prayer and worship, I want to make a relationship workshop at the church for, you know, saying the early 20s, you know what I'm saying, just for people that need, you know, saying advice on relationships. And the Rev, he always has a comeback. He's like, you can't run a relationship workshop. You're not even in a relationship. You haven't been in a relationship. So how are you gonna run that? That's like saying you can't get in the pool. You ain't never been in the pool, so you can't be wet. And she's like, Dad, stop. But he does have a point. How can you run a relationship workshop if you haven't been in a relationship? What advice are you going to actually give to somebody? Let's see how that works out. I told y'all, Rev is going to push it to another level with this choir. He takes them outside into the parking lot. Like, listen, we about to work out. Y'all may not be able to sing. We're going to get y'all stamina up. I'm taking y'all to another level. He has them out there doing push-ups, jumping jacks, and then they got to sing while they doing all this. This is really hell on earth, sir. You can't do this to us. We're singers. But then the choir, they like, man, we ain't putting up with this no more. And they walk up out of there. Time for the relationship workshop. But Rev Hartley, he shows up too. Now, while they're there, there's a lady that asks a question. If I add somebody on Bumble, which is a dating app, if I add somebody on Bumble, should I just give them my number and then like go on Instagram, stalk their page, see if they have a girlfriend and everything? And Jediah, she said, yeah, that's exactly what you should do. You need to find out what they got going on in their life. So you need to dig through all their social media. Now Rev, he's older, so of course he's like, what is a Snapchat? What is all this? That's not how we do it. When we were growing up, we went out and we met somebody, we took them flowers, we took them on a date. So it's a whole difference between how he was raised and how the younger people are raised now. You can just do everything off your phone. Stacy and Rev, they have their little, nightly meeting. What went on today? And, he's like, listen, I got to push this choir to another level because we are behind where we need to be. And Stacy's telling him, look, you shouldn't push them that hard. That's not what, I'm saying? They're here to sing. And he's like, listen, if I can push them, I know what I can get. I can get results from that. But, anyway, let me slide into your DMs and snap your chat. So pretty much he was joking off of what happened earlier at the little relationship meeting. Rev asked his daughter, how was the workshop? And she's like, it's good, but Dad, you came in and took over. And the young people, they not trying to hear that. They want to hear something that they can relate to. And the dad's like, I'm just trying to help out. But he wants his daughter to be happy, of course. He knows that she wants a relationship because she grew up in a household with both of her parents. So when you see that and you're around that, that's usually what you want to grow up and have, especially if it's a good life for you. But she's like, Dad, I want to do this workshop. I want this to be my own thing. And he's like, man, all right, saying it's my daughter. I gotta cut her some slack. Choir, they better be ready now. Rev, he gets in here, and I know they're pretty sure, like, man, he about to push us again. But he comes in and he admits, I may have pushed you guys too hard, you know what I'm saying? And we grew up in different eras, so I'm going to change up how I'm going to conduct choir rehearsal. And then Dottie, the choir president, she's like, we know that we need to do better also, and we want to actually show you that. So we actually been practicing, and then they start singing, and they finally sound wonderful. So it's like, I think they were just faking it the first time. So the choir can actually sing. Hey, it's the day to perform, and social distancing, we got everybody individually, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're in a family, then you can't be at the same microphone with each other. But today's the day. And with the power of God, they sang they butts off, you know what I'm saying? They sang they tail off. And the choir actually sounds good, so I can see them doing big things out of this. Rev, he got his church up for his mom, you know what I'm saying? Keeping the legacy going. Choir sounds good. Hey, we on the road now. All right, and there you go. That's the Rev on USA episode 1. Comment below what you think about it. Let me know if y'all really want me to continue along with this. Like I said, it's just a new show and it was recommended to me. So I just jumped on it right when I heard about it, watched it, gave it to y'all. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm J. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit your like button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.